It's alive!
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever pecking time it is. Look at your clock. Figure out what time it is. Figure it out for yourself. And welcome to this Toonkind FPS. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
I am your humble Vwild, at it again with the bullshit. And I am joined by the absolute fabulous, incredible, wonderful Bean who has been my bestie for 3 years now. Absolutely talented Bean of wonder and joy who I love playing with. Introduce yourself.
I think you said bean enough times for me to be a 3-bean salad that time. Hello, everybody. I am the 3-bean salad, and I am Whis. And I am playing a dragonfly today, and I am excited. I am excited. We are excited. We are very excited.
Our dragonfly now. And my raid of characters who love this dragonfly so much in so many different ways. Gaze upon them. They love him. They will make an itemized list of why they love him.
Oh dear. Well, speaking of him, he is being obedient. He is currently under lockdown conditions. He is not allowed out of Halloweentown because of all of the shit that's happening with the thrall. And Lynn's like, let's not have my cousin accidentally walk into the thrall on the street. Please don't leave town. Like, okay.
Yes. She's sitting here with the, if I had a nickel for every time some connection of mine just randomly ran into the thrall, I'd have too many nickels. Why the peck is this happening?
Yeah, unfortunately, it'd be like that. And Haddy is, well, he's doing as he's told. And then now that Lynn knows about him being able to do parkour, he can at least do that, so he can at least get his exercise. And he was okay for a little bit after that. For anyone following along at home, that is the Lightning Cross the Rooftops FPS, which was, God, it feels like it was such a long time ago now. But he was alright for a while after that, running on the high of, hee hee, look, Lynn saw what I can do, and she was proud of me, yay. But it's kind of started to wane. He actually spends a lot more time running parkour through Halloweentown than he would have been doing before when he was allowed in Toontown. It's what he does to keep his time at the moment. For the most part, like, he'll do a little bit of work. He'll spend some time with Lynn and Rye and network, but he's actually just sort of going, all right, well, I don't have anything else to fucking do. I will just do it parkour all day.
Yeah. He's kind of just doing that all the time, including, when do we want to schedule this, like, year-wise? Has Halloween already happened?
Probably, yes.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
you want to tell the audience what Haddy decided to dress up as?
Oh shit, now I gotta remember.
I'm giving you a hint. It was nothing.
Well, I think I said he was going to wear a shirt, and you made me second guess myself, so I had to go look back through. Yeah, no, it was nothing. He might have had like a Halloweeny polo shirt or something, like a not a polo shirt, like a Hawaiian style shirt. But yeah, it was nothing. Like, he just didn't care. He had no enthusiasm whatsoever. But he was a good guy to have have at home, being able to hand out treats for any trick-or-treaters that came to Network's door.
Indeed.
Given as I know that Network is occupied for Halloween, so...
Yes, Network was very happily occupied and having the best time of her life after an equally best time of her life for the entire day beforehand. Bless her. Bless them, they had fun. But speaking of Network and Lynn, they've kind of been watching this dragonfly. They've both been watching this dragonfly, and they've both been sharing thoughts with each other about, the dragonfly situation. Because Lynn's not foolish, okay? She's done many stupid things, but when it comes to putting dots together and figuring out connections and patterns, especially with the being that she has with her, she's getting and she's seeing something with Haddy. And she's thinking thoughts. So, I think how we dive in here is, I think Lynn would call Haddy to her office. Just, where would he be? Let's say, what time do those two really like being out and about? So, yeah, mid-afternoon?
Well, if he wasn't running parkour, which for the sake of the exercise, let's say he's not, he'd either be in his music room doing some music work, or in the library lounge sort of area reading is probably where he would be.
Let's go library lounge sort of thing. And can Haddy roll me perception, please?
Sure. 19.
All right. So, Haddy, you're spending your time. You're keeping your time in the library, and it is a nice warm place, and there is an abundance of books, including in Braille. It's just this place was made to be a home for you and for everyone else, and so it's nice. But you are able to divert your attention pretty easily when you know how the building is structured, how Lynn's office leads into the library if she slides open the back of it. And you do hear the noise of the paneling opening up. And then you do just hear, well, I guess the best way to put it is the chair at Lynn's desk turning. Just, hey, Haddy, you mind popping in here a sec?
He'll kind of blink a little bit and, he wasn't looking at his book because he reads in Braille, but he'll sort of perk up and turn and, alright, yeah, sure, Pum-Pum, what do you need? And he'll put his book down and up he'll pop, grab his cane and tap himself over.
And Network does keep the floor plan very straight, so it is easy. You know the route. She doesn't shift the floorboards underneath you. But you get your buzz of your wings, and you know where Lynn's desk is, and you know where Lynn sits and everything. You do get the scent of tea, the grave tea that she likes so much as you're coming in. Just want to have a chat with you. Take a seat, eh?
Blink. Right. This seems, awfully formal for a chat. Normally you'd come to me. And he'll potter around and sit in the appropriate seat on the other side of the desk.
What can I say? I'm fond of a few changes.
That is not actually that reassuring. Pum-Pum, is everything alright?
Yeah. What is my voice doing? Everything's genuinely okay, Haddy. Well, for me it is.
He frowns a little bit at that, but he doesn't interrupt.
Roll me an insight.
Sure. Do you have the advantage on that? You won't.
I'm gonna give it to him because it's his cousin who's not gone full detective mode.
Oh, well, that was worse. Haddy, off to a great start. 11.
Haddy, you are beloved. I'm sorry, Haddy. This tune in front of you is so damn hard to read on a good day. But you do get the feeling that she's got her arms up on the desk, and she is just kind of leaned forward. So you can get the vibe that this isn't a professional talk. This isn't her putting on the hat or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But for the life of you, you cannot figure out what is going on behind her mind at the moment.
I mean, he's kind of used to that. He's like, oh, she's keeping secrets on purpose? Okay, I got no hope.
It's not even sometimes that she's keeping them on purpose. It's just she is so full of different facets nowadays that it's sometimes hard to pin down.
Yeah.
Even on a good day.
Yeah.
But there is this long pause where the only sort of sound is this gentle hum in the building, and then she just goes, "How are you doing right now, Haddy?"
Me? Oh, I'm fine. You know, hell and hearty. Had a really good run this morning. I got up to the top of the cathedral in a very good time. It was fun. I certainly didn't fall into the hole in the side like the last time, which is good. I am getting better at navigating around a moving environment, which is definitely different. But, you know, it was a good run. It was a very good run. Good time.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear. You've been going on quite a few runs recently, hey?
Aye, well, I mean, there was that whole period at the beginning of the lockdown where you didn't know that was what I could do, and so I wasn't, because I was still trying to keep it a surprise. So, you know, I didn't want to, I wanted to make up for a little bit of lost time. Lost practice.
Practice is good. Building up skills, honing them. And I gotta admit, this town is a good place for honing things.
Dare I ask why you're bringing this up?
I was gonna drag this out a little longer, but let's be blunt.
Does Lynn want to roll an insight on Haddy real quick?
Yep. That is a 18 plus. What is your modifier on this, Lynn, my darling? Not that sheet, other sheet. Where are you? +8. So that's an 18 plus 8. So I believe that is a 26.
That sounds about right. Yay, we can do math in our heads. Well, like, Haddy he's calm. He's got a little bit of concern. But you can see the way he sort of sat up and shifted his shoulders a little bit, even though that Lynn doesn't have her hat on. She can tell that Haddy is sort of mentally preparing himself to be Stormcloud rather than Haddy. Even though she's not in that position yet, he's just like, she is about to go into that position. He is anticipating her to fall into that sort of mode, and he is preempting her a little bit. But the fact that she specifically said, I was going to draw this out some more, but okay, and he's just like, oh fuck, what? He is so confused, but he's hoping that it's something work related, so he's preemptively getting himself into Stormcloud mindset.
I think the next thing she does is something. He's heard this noise a few times. Way back when Cop and Morpha and everyone were able to visit. But it's this kind of. It's the sound of brushing fabric as her glove brushes her shoulder. Tell you what, roll me history just to see if you can get this one.
Okay.
I'm interested.
What is your history, sir? Okay. Not awful. And the roll was good. That's a 19.
Alright. Haddy, almost Stormcloud. You hear that noise, and it does click something, because you've had moments where the others are here for a debrief or something, and then there's a noise outside, like one of the explosions or something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those gestures that Lynn does. Just this little brush of a shoulder or brush of her skirt as though she's getting rid of unseen dirt that always seems to be a dismissal. This isn't a fight, this isn't the moment. We're not putting on the hats. Just this little non-verbal cue of stand down.
Okay.
And then instead of whatever perhaps he was thinking she was originally going to go, she just goes, "You're seeking enrichment."
Well, I mean, I suppose I don't. There's only so much that I can work on, and so much time I can spend reading.
And you always go to running, which is good, building up skills, doing these sorts of things, but it doesn't feel quite right for you, does it?
He kind of pulls a bit of a face. I mean, I enjoy it. I do. I really do. It's not... not enough. Somehow. I suppose is the best way to put it. It's... No matter how long I stay out, how far across town I go, it's not as satisfying.
Because it's missing something important now.
Yeah, suppose.
Can you tell me what it is?
There is this long pause, and rolling off that insight that Lynn had before, she can tell that Haddy is trying to come up with an answer that is quote unquote acceptable. And he's struggling. Like, he's not trying to be deceptive or anything, so she can read him quite easy. But after a while, he just sort of, in a really small kind of voice, goes, "It's a bit lonely."
I can see that.
Actually, I am going to roll him a deception, just because.
Oh?
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Lynn is going to not be able to beat this with her insight from before, but just for shits and giggles, what is that? Oh my gosh, please type the code correctly, Whis.
I am telling you here and now, Network is also watching this.
Oh yeah, like, that's an 18 on that deception, so Network probably can quite easily get over an 18. Like, you can roll it for her if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to for Network. Network, honey, that was a nat 20.
Alright, so yeah, so Haddy is trying not to think about it too much. I suppose. But like, he is upset, and he now that he's thinking about it, he does seem a lot more upset than he was willing to give himself the room for. Like, he wasn't expecting this conversation, so it's come a little bit out of left field, but yeah, he is he's distinctly upset. Like, if she poked him in the right way, he would probably start to cry, actually.
Hmm. And Lynn kinda just sits there for a long moment staring at him, thinking how she's going to word this, thinking how this all fits. Times have been hard recently, with everything involving this stagnated war and other elements. And it can cause a lot of strife for a lot of different people. And even take some people out of their own narratives and away from their own bonds. And there's nothing harder than being in a dance and realizing the other steps aren't there.
I suppose. I mean, I can only imagine how hard this is on all of you who are directly involved.
That doesn't make your situation any less valid, Haddy.
I don't
Which is
really know what to say to that, to be honest.
Hmm. You know what they say about those you love. I have a proposition for you, Haddy. One I want you to think about very, very carefully.
He sort of tilts his head to one side a bit. Right, I'm listening.
Okay. You haven't been seen out and about with me on these missions for the war or other acts that have had to go into it, correct?
I mean, I've been seen with you generally, but not anything to do with this whole malarkey.
Mm-hmm. And by and large, the amount of time, yeah, might not have been enough to attract certain attention. Still warrants care, warrants caution, but might just be possible for me to assign you a different role.
Blink, blink. Oh? I thought you
Aye,
wanted me away from this stuff. Not getting
I
me
do.
more involved.
Indeed, I do. I definitely do. I definitely don't want you anywhere near all of this. Which is why I am proposing a certain role of, given my current situation, I can't be the eyes and ears in certain places that I would want to be, which is rather annoying for me, but thankfully I have a large web, a very large group of network connections everywhere. But potentially, I was thinking of the storm cloud rolling out a little further away, perhaps some old familiar territory.
Haddy's eyes have kind of widened a little bit, and he's not quite holding his breath. He's still breathing, but like it's that almost holding his breath. Like it's like, what, is she saying? What I think she's saying? And he's kind of sat up a little straighter, not so much in the storm cloud. He's prepared to like take instructions kind of way, but in a I am distinctly listening kind of way.
And unseen, she smiles at that. And I'll save that a little bit for later, but she is looking at him and just goes, I'm thinking of assigning the storm cloud, if he thinks through this carefully, to perhaps be with two of my other sketches back in Toontown.
Okay, he is holding his breath now. He's just like, what? Please help!
She's just in her head thinking, oh, right, holding breath in tense moments or moments of excitement, that runs in the family. Okay. But there is the sound of fabric moving, and that sound of metal and fabric. As first she brushes her brooch, and then she goes for something around her neck and puts it on the table, and it is the sound of that key.
Let me roll him a whiz save. Excellent. I was just thinking, I might roll it at this. Not necessary. That was not great, which is exactly what I wanted, so that's fine. That is a total of a stage hand 6. Love it. There is this, like, she can basically see all of this information percolating around in his head, and like he is holding his breath. He is kind of doing that I can't see you but I'm staring kind of thing that he sometimes does anyway. And then there's just this, it's not an audible click. It's more of a click that you kind of feel in your soul somehow as it just lands. And he has let go of his cane and abruptly stands up with both hands on her desktop. Hey, you mean it? He could go and stay with them.
Aye. You can go be with your duo.
But don't you need, I mean, you don't need my hair? Are you sure it's alright?
Your happiness means everything to me, my little Haddy. I do warn you though. If you do take this, it means staying out.
Until it's all over.
Aye. We can't have too much back and forth between town on that front. I would if I could, but I can't risk that. It's your choice.
Because of this magical bullshit. And he taps a hand sort of near the key on the desk. You can recall me in a time with 0 travel time. And you could do the same for them if they were in danger.
Aye. I've got the precautions in place in case either of them get burned. Same with you. For one, you've got your business card. If anything were ever to happen, you tear it and Network would immediately know something had happened to you. Same with them. Mira's got a few more precautions, but that's because it's Mira.
Hey, that sounds sensible. He kind of he was like very, very like upright, like not quite predatory, that's not the right word, but like leaning straight forward on the desk going, what? But he leans back, he's still got his hands on the desktop, he leans back and takes in a deep breath and he turns away a little and then turns his head back towards Lynn. I want it.
Then who am I to deny what your heart wants? Okay.
Let me just do something real quick. Excellent. Lynn is able to dodge this if she would like, but I suspect she would just take it. That is an 18. He is tackling her across the desk. There is a loud buzz as he gets a little bit of lift and jumps over the desk to tackle hug her across the desk.
She saw it coming from the amount of times people have tried to vault over her desk, and she knows her cousin. She absolutely just leans back in the chair to take this hug.
Oh yeah, like it's not as though he has enough mass or strength or the desire to like pin her to the floor or anything, so she could literally just stick her arms out and catch, quite frankly.
Yeah. She catches, and I think the chair spins once or twice as she's just holding on to him.
I really... I'm sorry you always have to be looking out for me, Pom Pom.
It's my passion and my privilege. You're my little cousin. I look out for you. I love you, Hads.
I love you too. Thank you. I've tried. I really did try. It's... He is actually tearing up now. It just... It's not... I can't do this anymore.
I know.
Can I go now? Do you have to have you told them already?
I let it be your choice, alright? Go pack, go get anything you want or need and do your final business here. I'll be right here, okay? Just go run and do it. I won't keep him waiting. And she is hugging him like he is her entire world in this moment. Just burying her head in the crook of his shoulder as he's got his arms around her and just savoring this as she just gives him a good squeeze and then just goes, go on, Haddy. Go fly.
He grins at her, gives her another squeeze, and then he does sort of get off her, and he rounds the desk kind of clumsily. Like, she hasn't seen him be clumsy for a while, but he is kind of got something else on his mind. As he rounds the desk and makes a fast beeline for the door on the other side because he wants to get upstairs and grab some stuff. And he is in a rush.
Door open, stairs perfect. Anyone who was in the way who was going to be, no, not anymore.
Yep, no, he is schmoving. He is going up so fast to his room. Like, I mean, he's a toon. He keeps a lot of his things in hammer space anyway. But he's just grabbing a few things, a few extra changes of clothes maybe, what have you. And he'll also pop to his music room as well and grab a few things from there, because he probably will still need to figure out, like, work to a point, maybe.
Yeah. I will just say here in Network is yeeting some boots and some earmuffs and his warm clothes at him because it is winter.
Yes, that is good, because he may have forgotten to consider that, because Halloweentown doesn't really have winter. It sort of gets autumn and that's it. However, yes, he may have forgotten that. He might trip over the boots and be like, oh, right. Yes, it's cold in Toonkind, isn't it? Thank you, Noodle. Right. Yes, that and that and that. I am gonna miss you. And he stops and he sort of pats the wall.
It vibrates under his hand, just this very warm feeling. And then there is just this faint, very warm breeze around him. Goes a little cold for just a second, and then it's warm again.
Hey,
And then he's just being nudged.
if we're lucky, this whole thing will be wrapped up before too much longer, and then we can come and go as we please, eh?
And he gets another nudge, and it kind of feels like a headbutt in a way, just gently to his shoulder. Just warm agreement. And then the floorboards underneath him just slightly nudge upwards. This running start position in a way.
Alright, I get the hint. I'm going. See you later, Noodle, alright? And he's gone back towards the office.
What's his passive perception again?
23.
As he's going, he can hear Lynn walking to the front door sort of thing. Just the sound of her cane, all of it that's so very distinctly her in a way that's changed but always her. And he does also get the sound of paper being folded, and then the sound of something being thrown.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And for 1 second, just because this is something I enjoy, we do just get a split moment of Lynn vision. Because Lynn and Network, they've been working in tandem with this. And they can see... She can't quite see fully that there are threads, but she knows where his heart is being led, and she knows where the connections are pulling him now. And it is a very warm gold. And he can't see just what smile she has on her face, but she's watching her little cousin grow up. And yeah, he was already an adult, but she loves seeing this.
There is a bit of a difference, isn't there? Growing up and being an adult, they're not necessarily the same thing.
Indeed. And this is a big step. And she's happy to be here to help it along.
Well, Haddy is too excited to really incite Lynn anymore at this point. He will... I don't think he picked his cane up when he left the office, so I am assuming that Lynn has his cane.
Yes, absolutely. This has happened too many fucking times after he went, I cannot take it anymore, threw it down and jumped out a window. She just picks it up.
It's like, oh, Haddy's cane. Did he leave this behind on purpose? Has he defenestrated himself again? We will find out.
She just straight up looked at it and just went, oh, yeah, buzz brain.
His brain is all buzz and no thoughts.
Exactly. His name, his surname, is fitting.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, he'll come back to her after he's got all his things that he needs, including the things that network went, hey, you actually do need these, remember? And he's not quite bouncing on the balls of his feet the way that Rye does, but he's sort of got this energy about him. Like, he hasn't had this kind of energy about him in months. Even when he aforementioned defenestration and, you know, sprinted across Halloweentown and then, you know, had that spar with Lynn, there was an energy, but it wasn't energy with a capital E. It wasn't this. He's so excited.
I mean, that energy back then was tipping point being hit. That was something being let out like an epicenter. But it wasn't removing all the energy and it wasn't identifying it. It was just waiting for it to build again in a different way. She knows her cousin. She knows this is, well, in a way, like an investigation. And she's found the way to the end of it. She just goes, all right, you got anything? You got everything you need?
I think so. Yeah, that would have helped me remember that it's cold in Toontown, so that's fine. She's got me well equipped for that. I've got some music stuff. I've got my books. I've got all the things. Where the heck did I put my cane? I dropped it somewhere.
Hey, the buzzbrain.
Hey.
Catch.
Oh,
Yeet.
take right. I will roll him for that. It did not stay in the thing. 12 on the dice. Oh, you got +3 dex save. That's fine.
It was an underhanded toss at his head.
Yeah, that's fine. I think she's done that to him a few times as well, where he's just gone, now where did that put it? And he's just sort of kind of catch it with the 15, and he'll chuckle a little bit. I really should be putting my wrist through the loop at the end of this, shouldn't I?
Aye, you should, but you got people to remind you. Come on.
Thank you.
Anything for you, Haddy. I'm at your service.
And you know that I'm at yours. Anytime you need me. You can always call me back if you really do need me by your side. But for the time being, they can be your eyes, I'll be your ears. Anything of interest we'll send your way. As we do.
Thank you.
Come in for a hug. Hug time.
Yeah. She'd straight up, she'd reached out. You know when you cup someone's face and just the thumb on cheek sort of thing? She'd done that, so he comes in for the hug. She welcomes it. She's relishing it. I said it already, but I love you. Take care, little Hadrian.
You don't have to say my full name like it's the last time you're ever gonna see me. You're gonna come out of this just fine. We'll be home before you know it, eh?
We're gonna make it through this.
You damn well better. Quite frankly, you've been told. You've been told, Pom Pom.
Haddy, I have every intention of coming out of this. Network won't let me die. Okay?
Good.
This building. She's my heart and hearth. She's not gonna let me die. She cannot let me die. Alright?
You better you keep her in line, Network. Alright? If you die, Pom Pom, I'm gonna come and kick your butt.
Oh, the bane of a little cousin coming to kick my butt. Oh, the world is ending. Alright, come on. I gotta escort you out before you kick my ass. And she does just kind of loop her arm around his back and she's leading him out. And the door does open. And it's a trip through town, but a quick one, I think. Just to go to the manor door. She just goes, don't let me keep you anymore. You got bigger stories to tell. And the right connections.
Thank
We'll
you.
say hi.
Which way in is this going? Is this going onto the roof or
I'm gonna say roof and outwards because I know the booby traps, and honestly, I don't want you getting shanked.
Wouldn't be the first time. You know, Cope threw daggers at me when we first met.
I'm very aware. I gave him the talk. But if it makes you both happy, then... Well, you've already had the talk from Uncle, and she just opens the door.
He's gonna step through and turn to give a farewell sort of wave. But talk soon, eh?
Aye. Talk soon.
Love you.
Now get.
I'm going. I'm getting. Bye.
I love you too. Get. And then she just... You can hear her laughter as she closes that door. And there's the click. And then, Haddy, you're in Toontown at this very particular home.
It's gonna take a second standing on that roof, I think. Partially because it's fucking cold. Oh! It's like stepping into a fucking freezer, like a one of those walk-in freezers. That's all of a sudden, like, it might not be snowing because it's not quite, animus yet. Like, it's not thick snow on the ground or what have you. Mm-hmm. But it's still cold. And he's just saying take a moment. But also, like, the smells, the sounds, like, everything that he remembers of Toontown, it's still the same. He's just going to take it in for a second. And then he's going to turn around. He's going to consider this door. He's going to consider it for an extra minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then he is going to apply all of his bardic, reckless enthusiasm. And lean a foot back and kick the door in.
And inside, because thankfully both had been in, because yes, Lynn timed this for the day when they would likely be in to receive a buddy plane going, special package incoming, so that they would have time to be confused as fuck. And then that door's kicked in.
Will Haddy be able to repeat this? No. Did any of the booby traps go off? No. We are doing a bit. The universe has said he can do a bit.
You know what? Specifically because the universe has said we are doing a bit, Morpha, who is very in tune with Toonism, is just going, oh? 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 And so you could hear these two just barreling indoors, the sound of claws on hardwood, the sound of boots on wood, as two people are coming straight to where this window is, or this door is.
Oh yeah, he's kicked in the door and then he is running towards that noise and he is going to do another one of those tackle jumps because he wants to.
Yeah.
And that is shit, Haddy. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna do you an advantage. That is even more shit. Oh well.
Okay, I'm saying here and now, the moment that they realise who is in front of them, the moment they realise just who that is in front of them, Cop gives this absolutely... the words cannot describe how delighted this yell sounds. And Morpha screams in the way that you can only do when you are so, so, so happy, and they are tackling him right back. The reason why he rolls shit is because this is just a ball of people.
Oh dear, and because this is soft times, they land in a way that is not going to hurt Haddy's wings. We are not doing that today.
Me? I look at you, I look at how Cop and Morpha can perfectly move around each other. They absolutely barrel into him, but in a way that twists so that his wings are perfectly safe. These two know they're dragonfly.
Haddy is cackling. in response to all of the noise going on. There's also like little car horn noises that he does when he's extra excited or surprised or whatever. He is absolutely thrilled. His wings are buzzing so loud, and he is holding them as tight as his little arms can do.
And for Cop, Mister, I will keep all my emotions in my chest, and one day I will blow them up. This guy is literally purring in your arms, and he is basically, he's doing the cat thing of where the cat tries to force their entire self into your chest.
Oh.
He is just having the time of his life. He has missed this man. He has missed this dragonfly. He has missed his dragonfly. And Morpha, meanwhile, is just making the most delighted noise as she is squishing both of them. Her head is, like, pressed into Haddy's, and she's keeping all of her high-pitched noise mostly internal because she doesn't want to do that to them both because they have sensitive hearing. At the same time, oh god, her mind is buzzing and they can both feel it just pressing halfway onto their psyche.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I feel like they're going to be like that for a good while, like, you know, good couple of minutes before they're like, it starts to come down, and Haddy's just gonna go, there you both are.
Hi, you're here, hi.
Surprise.
Oh, what a surprise. Oh my god. And yeah, okay, no, Morpha, you are crying.
Ah!
She's just, it's the happy tears. It's just her head just pressed to his in the, I am so happy, I don't know what to do with this. Oh, this is what crying out of happiness feels like. I'm going to replicate this in future. And I'm just saying here and now, Cop, I just rolled him a wisdom save. That was a 2. Man's is just long streaming goblin. You can, even if you understand goblin, he is blurring his words. He is just so, it's happy. It is just happy words, and you can't make heads nor freaking tails of it. It is just happy.
I think Cop is going to get a affectionate headbutt at that, and just listening to this goblin-themed rambling mess, and just bonk, bonk of affection.
Bonk of affection gets immediate, like, further headbutt. There is the distinct smell of ramen as that beanie is present.
Oh, peckin' heck, I've missed you both so much.
We have missed you. We have missed you so much. And you're here. I mean, you're here. You're here. We're here.
I've been... Stormcloud has been reassigned to be keeping watch in Toontown with some other sketch units. I'm here for the duration. You're stuck with me.
Okay, you know how I said that noise that she was making was mostly internal?
Oh, that has changed.
Yes. Yes, that has very much just changed in that moment. She tries to press her hands over her mouth in the way that she's seen mostly works for other people. Not when you're also doing it through your mind as well as your mouth, Morpha, sweetheart, honey, my darling, my love.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, no, Haddy isn't even wincing. He's just like, I don't care how loud that is or how much that hurts. I'm so happy to hear it on every level, in every capacity.
Yep. Just gods, these guys are just having the time of their life in this moment. You are getting hugged even more. Getting off this floor is going to be ridiculous. It probably takes like a good 15 minutes before anyone even thinks of doing anything else with that revelation.
Mm.
You know what? I have actually got a soft way of like doing stuff. Of just after like 17 minutes of floor time. There is just, all of a sudden, you get the twitch of Cop's ear, and then just goes, "Ah, fuck the ramen!"
Detangles. Shit, I left things on the stove!
Yes. And he takes this moment, he's scrambling up, your kidney gets ever so mildly pulverized for like 2 seconds.
There's definitely a little kind of noise.
And then he's halfway scrambled up. And then he immediately reaches back and takes your hand, just like, come on, ramen time.
Oh, you are speaking to my soul, Cop. He gives his hand a squeeze and then just pushes up and lets Cop pull him off the floor.
Yeah. The soul of fucking ramen, mate. You're gonna love it. And as he's being pulled, like, through this home, there is just this ever so faint, just, Corp has already started rambling again, in Goblin again, super speed. I'm sorry, bless him, he's not quite figured out. He's trying. He's too high on cloud 9 right now. But just in the back of your head, there's just Morpha going, we really missed you. He's been making for 3.
Oh, my heart. I think Haddy will sort of tense, but then he'll relax and like he just sort of goes like it like the waves of emotion are like doing a number on all, like his entire body is just like and then Buzz happy, tense, happy Buzz.
She is memorizing all these little details of how he ticks, by the way.
Yeah, Haddy has a lot of ticks, now that I'm thinking about it.
She does, and she loves it. Every day spent around him is another aspect that she's memorizing. It's another reason why that's one of her favorite designs. Get loved, idiot.
He's blushing, actually, and they can both see it, and he does not have the capacity to hide it in the slightest. He has this dark blue blush straight across both cheeks, and he is grinning like an idiot.
Bless. He is ushered to the chair that was once hacked and sanded for him. Which has been improved since then. It's been even more well polished since. And then Cop is absolutely just bustling about, just getting these ramen bowls just there. There is also the silent conversation, and Haddy does actually get part of it just by the sheer he can see or he can sense Morpha just like gesturing at him, just like, he's here! He's here! We were gonna wait until the end of the lockdown, but he's right here!
Haddy is just sort of he kind of relaxes a little bit in his chair. He has never been happier to sit into this chair. And he just sort of leans into it. He gets comfy, and then he's got this little, it's another one of his little ticks, so he just sort of paps his hands excitedly against the tabletop in front of him. And he just sort of closes his eyes and breathes in really deep all of the smell of the apartment and the ramen and the everything, and he just sort of lets it all out in a really big, really happy sigh, and he cannot stop grinning. Like, I mean, the amount of ache in his cheeks is going to be intense. He just sort of listens to them both and going, holy pick, have I missed this. I missed this place. I've missed the two of you so much.
We've missed you more than words can say. And Morpha has got her hands pressed to her cheeks in the way that she does when she's really, really happy. She is squinting. She is full of so much love and happiness. And I'm sitting here and these two being nervous as hell as well, another thing, because they're just like, we can have the conversation now. Is this the right time to have the conversation? Oh God, what if we ruin it?
I'm going to roll him an insight, just because he is paying so close attention to them.
Yes.
Haddy, your dice needs to stay in the thing. We are not having your D20 run away again for 3 months. Thank you, please. Thank you. That's great. That is much better than the one that you did with Lynn as well. What's your insight? Let's see. 19.
19. With a 19, you're especially getting it from Cop, I think, because Morpha also has insane deception modifier. Dear fucking God.
Mm-hmm.
But from Cop, there is just, as he's bustling in fact, you know what? I'm gonna give him this trait. There is this noise that he makes every now and then as he's coming close. And it's in this purr, this faint little extra little clicking noise to it, and it is a noise filled with so much love. You get the distinct feeling this is something that goblins perhaps do only when they are truly, truly comfortable and truly happy. And then there is just the slight nervousness as he puts a bowl right in front of Haddy. This bowl's not one that he's seen before.
Okay. Yep, I'm going to roll him a perception then.
Yep.
Doodly doodly doo. That is an 18. He's got to, because it sounds different on the tabletop. So he'll bring his hands up to cup this bowl and then just sort of feel around the outsides because, oh, it's different. But like primarily go, warm ramen, and then, this is definitely not the same bowl I usually have. What's this?
And yeah, it is an entirely new bowl. Very well made, very well decorated. You described how Katha would make it, and now I'm desperately trying to find it. But there is a actual tangible decal to the outside. It does seem very well crafted. And I think it was on the outside. I think there is even a braille. It's his name in braille.
Yeah, this bowl has, because it was made by Katha and she knows what's up, because that's just what Auntie Katha does, all around the top rim. So, like, he didn't notice it at first because his, the place where he puts his hands at first is around the bottom rim, like, towards the bottom of the bowl, where most of the soup ends up, so it's nice and warm. But because he's gone, oh, this is new, it takes him a second to move his hands up to the lip, to the rim. And in a band around the rim is braille. And it's Haddy's full name, and that takes it twice around the bowl. So all of his swear names. It doesn't have Stormcloud on there because she doesn't know that name, but like all of the names that she does know twice takes it all the way around the rim. And he's just sort of like feeling the bumps on there, and Cop and Morpha can both see the confusion and then the recognition as he he runs his hand around it and feels the bumps, and then that blush comes back. There is still confusion, and then he sort of lifts his head and he turns his head towards the two of them, and he doesn't have words. He's just sort of frowning in the wait, why is my name on this bowl? Blink, blink.
Cop and Morpha kind of just have this glance, and then Cop speaks. And it's kind of the... He's not wearing his boots. He's not wearing his boots. I just realized this. But just kind of the almost nervous thing that you do where you scuff your foot and then he taps his claws against the ground and then just goes, I got a, fuck, how do I do this? Commission. There was this really fucking cool lady who did that mug, and we wanted to have something that was yours permanently here. You know? Because you're permanently welcome here.
Okay. There is. It's more or less visible. The loading icon, like the spinning loading screen. He is loading. He is processing this, and like he's not still while he's doing this. He's still just moving his hand back and forth across his name on this bowl full of the food that he has been craving the entire lockdown, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
And as this is loading, there's you could see all the pieces of information fall into place. Like the first one that falls into place is commission, mug. The fuck? They tracked down Auntie Katha and got her to make me a bowl for my ramen with them, and then all of the other things, the permanently welcome, that all lands, and everything to do with Auntie Katha, gone out of his brain immediately. He may remember that in a day or two, but for now it is gone. It's the rest part of it has just landed, shattered everything else, and you could see that blush that had sort of faded off with confusion. He is more blush, like more, not just his cheeks. It's more that because he's not an anime toon, so he's not completely changed color, but like he is absolutely over the moon smitten right now. He doesn't have words. He's just sort of sitting there blushing, and his wings are doing this really tiny little vibrating sort of buzz. Like it's a constant zzz. And I don't know if I'm being picked up on this. Maybe I need to lean closer. Zzz. Nope, it's not working. It's fine. Like it's just this very low. It's more like a bumblebee. Like you wouldn't. It's not the same normal big kind of buzz that his wings do. It is a small, they are vibrating. He is just vibrating and blushing, and he has no capacity for anything else.
Morpha, looking at that, doesn't even need to mind read to know smitten.
Uh-huh.
She's just there, just looking at him, looking at Cop, looking at him. And there's probably no better time to actually bring it up, as she takes Cop's hand in hers, and then she just reaches and takes one of his nubbin hands with hers and goes, if you'd have us, well, you're already a permanent resident here, but, well, if you'd have us, we'd like to see if a different partnership would work out.
There is another one of those pauses, and another one of those sort of expressions where you can see something click, and he blinks, and there's a small flash, like they could both see it, Morpha in particular, because just of how Morpha is. The small flash of, oh my fucking god, I'm so dumb, just for a split second. And then he draws in a deep breath and he squeezes the hand that he's holding. And he straightens up and goes, if I'd have you. There's no if about it, sweet pea. Not in the slightest.
Then we're yours.
I'm going to roll to see how much restraint he's got right now. Just because there's ramen in front of him. Okay, that's fair enough. What should we save? +2. That's fine. So that makes it a 21. So he is going to push his chair back and get up. No diving over the table because the spillage of ramen is too high of a risk. But he is going to get up and he is just going to move as close to them as he can get. And he's just going to wrap his arms around each of them, an arm each, and squeeze as tight as he can. I'm all yours. This, no if. Pig, I'm such an idiot.
And oh my god, Morpha just absolutely just pulls him right back. She is speechless. Cop just gives this absolutely breathless laugh in the holy shit, he's actually saying yes.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I think is Haddy gonna do that? Yeah, Haddy's gonna do that. I think after he pulls back from the kiss, he pulls back from the hug a little bit, and then he's just gonna lean in and give them each a little kiss on the cheek. I was going bonkers without you both. And I don't want to be without you.
Feelings fucking mutual, mate. And yeah, he's getting a kiss right back to the cheek from Cop.
Nah.
What we are not going to mention is the 23 deactivated Molotovs and many different things in the back room that Cop absolutely did as his I'm going insane, I'm going goblin mode.
I'll do. Cop, my dude. I'll do.
He does. He absolutely just soaks in this for a moment. And then he just kind of pulls back and goes to Morph and just goes, well, fuck me sideways. The entire talk we had about this, the sit down, the whole hey that we had planned before the lockdown, that went to smithereens. I've never been happier.
Are you pig and rehearsing?
Morph, say the line. We plead the fifth.
Oh, pig with sideways. I missed you both so much.
Feelings fucking mutual, mate. But okay, so we may have done a few rehearsals. We may have called up someone who knows us both. I mean, he knew me pretty well and knew that I wouldn't talk to you, so he just kept bullying me until I finally went, okay, fine, we're gonna rehearse, and we had it all planned, and we were gonna invite you over, and then the boss called and said there was a lockdown.
Oh, pig. I'm sorry. I mean, I know it's not my fault. I didn't exactly call a lockdown, but pig, that long, the whole thing. Oh, pig.
No, only happy emotions today. Fuck it, come here again. And he just grabs you by the cheeks and then just gives you another kiss.
Ah!
Fuck it.
Haddy is just gonna lean straight into him, like all of his not very much body weight just pressed into Cop. He's just gonna lean there. You're stuck with me now, you can't get rid of me.
Brilliant. We're engaging our own lockdown. We're not leaving this fucking building for like 3 days. We're having naps. We are having... Sometimes I am gonna get rid of some Molotovs. They can go down the sink, it's fine.
What were you gonna set on fire, Cobb?
Hads, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. My fucking impulse control without you both present is shite.
Oh, pig. Alright, so a target wasn't actually part of the Pick me, and I thought I was going bonkers. I defenestrated myself once.
Morpha kind of just leans down and just goes, was defenestration fun? Did you enjoy yourself?
I don't actually remember too much about how I was feeling because I was kind of going spare. It might have been how Pom Pom found out about the whole parkour thing, because I jumped out the window and sprinted across the roofs of Halloweentown, and she was chasing me. So, yeah, that came out in the open in a big way. She knows now.
Oh, good. Means at some stage we can all run together. Ooh, we can all run with the boss. That'll be fun. We can get most of the sketches. Oh, that'll be grand.
That sounds heckin' fantastic. But
Wonderful.
for the time being, I am really looking forward to eating nothing but ramen for 3 days straight and bake. I am just so happy to be here.
Right back at you. And Morpha just presses herself again to him. And Haddy, you did a good insight earlier. You get the feeling that every time she's been doing this, she keeps touching her forehead to yours. And you get almost a distinct feeling that she missed your mind.
Oh, he's gonna headbutt her with that.
There's gonna be more talks that we have at some stage about this, relationships. Tarp's talked to us a lot about, communicating relationships and getting it all sorted, especially with certain factors that are in place. But we can do that now or we can do that later. We just want to be with you.
Well, if there's stuff we gotta talk about to, make sure everything's above water, etc. Now is as good a time as any, but can we have the talk over ramen rather than letting it go cold?
The ramen! The eggs! And there is just Cop, who'd been sort of nervously just like there, because Morpha specifically looked at him when she said stuff that they would have to talk about, and then he realized, oh no, the eggs. The eggies. And I want...
Haddy's just sort of started giggling. Pom-Pom is the one that did all of this. I didn't realise that she was chucking me straight into lunchtime. Interrupting your creative process, Cop. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. The boss works in mysterious ways. She has her reasons. I mean, it beats us both being out when you kick in the door and you going, hi, where the fuck are they? And that sort of stuff. I mean, I got into a great bar fight the other day. Oh, that was glorious.
I mean, the other option is to just loiter here until you get home, but you might throw more than 1 or 2 daggers than you did before. If I were just here when you go home.
You would have absolutely got stabbed like 5 times by me, by her, by the booby traps. Oh God, we would have been, hey, and then we would have to call the boss, and then we would have got skinned. But let's not go into the details about skinning again. And you are just getting picked up as Morpha says that and just put in your chair.
He does not resist in the slightest. And he just sort of gets himself comfy when she lets go. Hey, let's, yeah, what was it? Good vibes only, eh?
Hey. Although you can get into, please don't talk about skinning over the ramen. Fine. Another day.
Well, we've got all the time in the world. Pom-Pom said that there's not going to be any back and forth unless we're desperately in danger. We're having our rock down here until the end of it.
Well, we've got you and you've got us. We're glad to have you here.
I've got everything I need, eh?
Yes. And she just takes your hand over the table. She's picking up the ramen, just the chopsticks, which she does present you with yours, just taps them to the other nub in hand, and then just picks up her own, but she doesn't let go of your free hand. And there is just Cop's foot underneath the table, just tapping into you.
No. Yeah, no, he'll take his chopsticks and he'll give Morpha's hand a squeeze. And, yeah, he's not going to wait for the eggs. Like, I mean, yes, he likes the eggs, but he's also like, get the ramen in my face. I need ramen in me. Need it to be on my insides right now. I'm just picturing Network just going, oh, I can feel all of that good Bond energy from here.
Yes, it's straight up. Lynn, the moment like she let Haddy go, she just went straight back to Network, went and sat in her chair and went, and now we wait and do all of this. There is a Lynn with silly eyes, vibrating, probably doing the full-on Gran Torino bounces around her office, and there's just Network so well fed. Like, Network has been watching this slow burn, like seeing a cake under one of those cake protection barriers, and knowing it's there, and waiting, and waiting, and waiting, and now it's finally here, and oh god, she is well fed.
Just faceplant straight into the delicious treat.
The sweet treat is now just directly engulfed into her, like Kirby style, and she is savoring it.
Lovely. Good vibes only.
Indeed. It's because I'm conscious of time, and I know you've got something else later. I'm saying part of this interaction of the good vibes only, if you'd permit, almost time jump, because I can give you secret lore today.
I would love secret lore. Secret lore gives me silly eyes, gives me the good cake behind the barrier.
So, you'll get another part of it potentially if you understand certain things when we do the talk, but there is ramen, and there is conversation, and there is more hugs, and definitely more kisses, and trying to force your entire self into the other person in the I have so much affection for you, come here. And the conversations that need to be had, as all good relationships do. And then it is time at the end to just, well, go to bed. And there is all three of you now, in a bed that feels just right in that way. And as that's happening, roll me an insight, and we'll see one aspect that goes from there, but roll me an insight with advantage.
Stay in the tower. Okay. It's not great. Whoops. I hit enter too early. What's your insight again? +3. So that'd actually be a 13. I should just
Brilliant.
just do the
You know
math
what?
when it's easy math.
It's good. It's good. As you're with your people, and it is that very familiar sprawl that you didn't realize you quite missed of both these two going to the bathroom and all that sort of stuff, and then just Morpha getting comfy, you getting comfy in your starfish, Cop getting comfy in his doing the kneading and then flop. And then, right as you're finally settling, you feel it of just, you know what Morpha's mind feels like against yours. And she just presses there for a moment.
Haddy leans into it, like as much as one can lean into mentally into a feeling, and he's just like, oh yes, comfy mind pillow, I like that.
And as you lean back, she just goes, I want to give you something.
What's up, sweet pea?
It's a Morpha. A Morpha nausea.
Blink, 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 blink. Is that your full name?
In here. And she sent that through this telepathic link. Not said out loud, not anywhere in the air, just for you.
He's gonna pull his arms in a little bit and then just do a little shuffle to lean up and be able to kiss her cheek again. It's very pretty.
Thank you. And now it's ours. Don't tell anyone.
Really? Why don't you use it? Or is
Because
that
it's
a
only...
complicated answer?
It's only for those I trust the most.
I'm honored.
And she just pulls you that little bit closer. And
He is full on using her as a pillow. He is
Yep.
comfy.
And that presence in his mind doesn't fully go away this time. It's still there, it's still that mental pillow, in a way. They're all leaned against each other, and Morpha has two of the people who know her full, true name right at her side.
Haddy's just comfy. He's flattered and also, comfy. He's still sort of reeling from the whole fact that he is here because it has been months. So everything is, it's one of those, everything happens so much, except everything that is happening is good. All of this is good. Why can not everything that happens so much always be this good? He is just completely content, completely happy, and he's just sort of lying there going, nice. Everything is right with the world. Yes, there's a war happening still because the thrall is the thrall, but for all intents and purposes, everything is right with the world right now.
Haddy has officially been put on bus protocol. Oh, bless their cotton socks. I love them. They are sweet peas and cinnamon rolls and absolutely wonderful people. We have got gremlin QPR, folks.
Yay!
Yippee!
Happiness in the house!
Indeed. Elsewhere, Zoomies in the house. Elsewhere, the fucking Zoomies are real. On the plus, on some of the plus side, two other sketches are getting are going to later on get the wonderful play-by-play of the end of this slow burn novella at the same time. Aw, novella over. Well, it'll carry on.
They get to watch them being all lovey-dovey mushy now.
Oh god, that's going to be interesting. Spill the tea on what wild shit has happened today.
Oh golly.
I love them, Your Honor.
Same.
With that, shall we say goodbye to our wonderful audience?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for listening to this love fest, everybody. Everybody is happy here. It is good. It is a good time.
Bye-bye, all.
Bye.